Welcome to the Own Your Best Life podcast. I'm May Emson, your host, leadership and mindset coach. Here, we talk all things spiritual, mindset, business, leadership, and wellness for the modern seeker who wants to align their life with purpose and inspiration. We'll cover career changes, stress management, meditation, energy, intuition, and more. Each episode holds spiritual and practical tools to help you live a life of your wildest dreams without getting burnt out along the way. Ready to live a life on your own terms? This is the Own Your Best Life podcast. Welcome, friends, to episode number 124 of the Own Your Best Life podcast. Sometimes it feels like the thing we want is taking too long. We feel that we could go so much further and faster in life if we could just do it all alone. We would feel so much more at peace. But what do you do when you feel other people are holding you back? What if you are in a marriage, a partnership, family, or organization, and you can't act alone? So how do you still achieve your own goals, and how do you create synchronicities? So today's podcast is on creating synchronicities with others. So last week, we talked about creating synchronicities, those nudges that help you feel more certain about an uncertain path that you are on, those seemingly random occurrences that keep happening more and more often as you start to live a life where you're guided more by intention, meaning, and purpose. And I spoke about the story of Mumbai and the first temple we went to, and how the author of the one book I had just read in my yoga teacher training certification that had a big impact on me was the founder of that temple that we went to randomly. And as soon as I let go of my agenda to have a yogi trip, it was there. And it was that full circle feeling of knowing that, of course, I would find a connection to the yogi path as soon as I let go of the idea that it had to be a certain way. What is for you will not pass you. And this has happened many times since then, doing what I think is best for the collective, for myself and others, releasing my personal agenda, but still having a vision of what I desire. The thing you want is everywhere, and is also here right now. And this is some of the hardest work you can do. I promise you, if you are struggling here, you are not alone. We think that the thing we want can only be found in one place, whether it is in a job or a life you want to live. Sometimes it feels like it is predicated on it having to work out in a certain way. We fixate on a specific future, but we forget that the thing we want most is everywhere. Peace, joy, happiness, fulfillment. Having one of those full faith moments that show us that the world isn't as linear as we imagine it to be is possible. Opportunities, people, and places will pop up that seem unrelated to your agenda, and later it all seems to make sense. And while the randomness of life seems to be prevalent, we'll start to notice that perhaps it isn't as random as we thought. We start seeing the connections. But, and this is a big but, you aren't fixated on them having to be there. You don't have to have synchronicities in your life in order for you to move forward and to feel a sense of purpose. Creating synchronicities, though, and noticing the seemingly random occurrences are an act of faith. It's an idea of course, and almost a sense of something that's always going to be there for you. You don't have to or need to believe that this is more than a chance occurrence for you to receive the benefit. So what is the benefit? It's seeing that your life is fine and more than fine, that your efforts mean something, that you are not going unnoticed. Why? Because you are noticing yourself. We often want synchronicities because we're pursuing something that hasn't taken form yet in the outside world. When we don't have the intangible present, the results we are looking for, where do we go? We go to belief. Yet we get tired, we get disappointed and worried and frustrated that the thing we want is taking so long that maybe it might not happen. So our belief starts to wane and we see other people as the problem, holding us back from our plan A, the way things were supposed to be. And instead of giving up on plan A, this idea of it happening in this one specific and maybe minuscule way, and instead filling that space with an action or a thought or a way of being that helps those around you, that addresses reality, that helps not just those around you, but also yourself, we give up on the entire vision and we fixate on how terrible this new way forward is and how it's not good for anyone. And we don't move to plan B. We resist, we stress, we create a lot of suffering in our experience of pursuing this goal of a good, better, best version of our life. And when we do that, we actually lose the thread of why this vision and intention was important to us in the first place. Even here, we want that good, better, best version. Not only there when you arrive. So the universe responds to the seeds that are planted and continuously watered. And maybe the water comes from the communal well sometimes, right, from others, but you keep watering. And that communal well are the actions, the thoughts, and the feelings that come from being in service not just to yourself, but others as well. And when you give up your intention, your vision, without a sense of watering that vision from the collective well, from the benefits of others, and you let go of the entire thing with a feeling of defeat, you stop watering the plant entirely. But you can pick a new source of water. The plant has not died in the several days since you've reduced and stopped your belief. You have to go to a new well. It doesn't all have to come from you. The way life unfolds has more collective power because others are involved. You may think that your vision is the best, and then you'll realize it's just one of the ways it can happen. And not only that, your way might not even be the best or the most powerful, and you will only find out in hindsight. Slowness has power. I used to think that the slowness of moving with the collective, whether it's your family, your organization, or even society, meant something negative. That faster was better. If only people could catch up, if only people were all on board with this. But faster is only better when you're operating unsustainably. It's because you're taking on a load of stress or burden of resources, whether it's financial, time, or energy, that is not sustainable for the long haul. And I've realized since then that faster isn't always better, because when you have the power of the collective, it's stronger. Results last longer. You have to redefine what you think success is, which I help you do in coaching. And the process itself is more sustainable. You have a way more cohesive plan because you've had to iron things out along the way as you involve others. You might not even realize some of the biases that you have, but other people will expose them for you. And we don't live, work, and create lives in isolation. If you want to go out and prove that you can do it alone, go ahead. What often happens is that you realize you don't want to just do it alone. You want to do it with others. You want to have greater impact. And the process of working with others that you tried to skip actually comes back at you, except this time you might have already hardened your ways of working, and you have to break down the walls that you've created to adapt to others, to listen to others, to bring others along, and to bring them in. The good news is that it's never too late to start working as if others are actually not holding you back, but instead helping you do it with a more solid foundation. We are part of a community and an ecosystem. We don't have to solely abide by societal values or norms, but our impact is greater when we can bring more people along with us. So the slowness of your path was never about time. It was about gathering power, your own understanding of a topic, subject, or why this thing even matters in the first place, and momentum. And synchronicities started happening and showing up everywhere for me once I embraced exactly what life was showing me. And this is the same thing that I work with my clients on. As soon as I said, let's get to work, and did the thing that wasn't plan A because plan A didn't go through, I saw the benefits of plan B. This observation of the benefits didn't always happen immediately, but it always showed up eventually. Achievers love to get what they want immediately and feel the high of success that comes from attaining a goal, of checking off a box, of doing something that felt unachievable. Spiritual achievers, however, set the bar higher towards a vision, a goal that has more impact and that comes often with the need to delay immediate gratification of goal attainment. It is harder to do things and work well with others while also benefiting yourself. It is easier to just benefit others or just benefit yourself, but rarer to do both. It requires delaying gratification of that final end state, yet it is so much more rewarding. How willing you are to delay gratification is how quickly you will actually experience the satisfaction of success, of seeing how life is working for you. Plan A was never better. It was just one of many infinite possibilities. In my coaching, I teach you how to handle the discomfort of delaying gratification, of maturing yourself so that you can unhook yourself from the drug of external validation that we sought for safety, but has now kept you from taking that road less traveled. And instead of material attainment, you will ask yourself what spiritual attainment looks like in a world where others and yourself have understandably been driven by tangible things. This is your next chapter, and it is an amazing path to start to walk down. And you'll see that you're not alone on this journey. And instead of that being a bad thing, you'll actually welcome the fact that you're with other seekers like you who have a lot to be grateful for, yet also know that there's more to life than fulfilling your basic needs. More fulfillment comes with being willing to create synchronicities with yourself and others. So give yourself the gift of seeing synchronicities everywhere. Allow yourself to support all ways of being, doing, and having. You'll then see how wildly supported you actually are when you let go and you let in the support that's already around you. And if you want to take these concepts to a new level, if you want to see them manifest in your own very real and full life, you can schedule your coaching consultation today at mayemson.com/contact. There is an alternate universe of possibility waiting for you and a new chapter of your life to explore, one with a greater sense of purpose, of leadership, and energy. And I'd love to see you on that other side. So that's it for this week, my friends. Have an amazing one, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks so much for joining us this week on Own Your Best Life. Make sure to subscribe to the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts so that you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, can you please rate and review on iTunes? I would so appreciate it. Share it with a friend, take a screenshot of it, and tag @MayEmson. This helps continue to get the word out. For more show notes and resources, check out www.mayemson.com. You'll have all the links to everything you heard here today. Thanks so much for listening. It's time to own your best life.